You want to have great plants? Kill a dinosaur. This is Jackie.
It's like watching paint dry. If the paint was piss, it's like watching piss dry. I'm Justin.
I just wrecked everyone's afternoon. I'm Sam, and this is Theodore Rex on Stinker Madness.
What's that smell?
I don't know about you, but I'm thirsty as fuck. Thirsty as fuck.
Hey, look at these!
Thrill me.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Hey, look at these! No! What? Hang on!
It stinks.
Hang on!
Get to the chopper! Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness, the podcast about bad movies for bad movie lovers by bad movie lovers. This week on the show, Sam dials up a piece of shit
Just
from
a
1993.
piece of shit.
I want to say I have more impressive shit than this movie.
Starring Whoopsie Goldberg, called Theodore Rex from 1993. I think I said 1993 6 times.
Yeah.
But you know what? Might as well because
93, back in the 90s. Like Ja Rule and stuff.
Ja Rule.
You know, he's from the 2000s.
Shout out to my man Ja.
Where's Ja?
Who else we got in this thing? Richard Roundtree
Richard Roundtree.
on his fourth appearance on Stinker Madness?
Something like that.
I know Steel and Q, the Winged Serpent. I think there was something else. And then
Did we do Two the Hard Way? Or Three the Hard Way? We hadn't done Three the Hard Way yet?
We also haven't done Shaft in Africa.
Okay.
Is this Whoopsie's first appearance?
Probably.
I think it might be. Jackie, can you remember another Whoopsie movie we've done?
No, I don't think she's been on yet.
Okay, all right.
She's got a couple other buddy cop movies that are
Yeah.
probably okay.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to do Ghost.
She's
Oh, no.
Oh, barf. She's one of the few EGOTers because she's an
Sure.
EGOT winner, and then she's got a Razzie as well. So
What'd she get the Razzie for?
this?
No, she got nominated.
Oh, she got
didn't win it.
nominated. Oh, maybe she doesn't have a Razzie.
Yeah, I don't
yet.
think she's an EGOTer, but she was close.
Who won the Razzie for worst actress this year? I wonder.
This year?
No, the 1993. If she didn't win, who did?
I don't know. I do know, though, that she is the only person to ever be nominated for a DTV movie. This is the only thing that's ever been direct-to-video that ever got a nomination.
Interesting. I wonder if that'll change in the coming years. If Roma gets to be nominated, for Best Picture, does that
Sure.
mean that?
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, this was the most expensive movie ever direct-to-video because they couldn't put it in theaters, but then...
It was intended to go to theaters originally.
Yeah, and then just recently Netflix's Outlaw King cost like close to $200 million, shattering the shit out of that, right?
Right.
Actually, the worst actress, the one that got the Razzie for 1993, was Melanie Griffith
Oh, and
for Shining Through.
I haven't seen Shining Through.
Yeah.
I wonder if she gets them out. She probably gets them out.
I like when she gets them out.
Hey, Dawn, I've seen your wife's boobs and your
She
daughter's.
was more recently married to Antonio Banderas.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, but they're divorced now too, I guess.
Well, whatever. What else you got about this?
Well, beyond
thing?
those two little interesting tidbits that I just went through, the person that we should mention that's in this, that the sort of fallen furthest star would be Bud Cort, who has to play the one-eyed little guy or whatever.
right.
He's Harold and Maude.
Right.
And fucking Brewster McCloud.
Right.
Oh, boy. What happened, man?
Even though it's a terrible performance, he's probably the best in this movie. I mean,
I think the little kid was the best,
Kid was
the kid's
awful.
especially when he gets stolen in the non-video arcade machine.
Right. Oh, God, the production design on this movie is... I mean, this is where the Razzies honestly should have a special consideration award for production design. I know it's not sexy, but wow, was this bad.
Yeah, and actually, Goldberg had said that like the director and and I don't even know if it was the cinematographer, but like her and the director are two of the only people that made it all the way through. The entire crew had turned over completely.
Yeah, like it's a Tommy Wiseau style production.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Where did everybody go? They left.
They hate you.
They're never coming back.
What do you got about the director, Sam?
Oh, Jonathan R. Beetle, I guess. B2L?
Beetle?
B2L? It's Betuel. We would know him from writing My Science Project and The Last Starfighter.
Ooh, my Science Project. I love My Science Project.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid.
Beyond that, not a
Bet
lot.
it stinks.
Did some TV stuff. He's got a pretty short career, and he retired after this.
Oh.
He says that he retired. Not that no one will ever let him do anything in film again afterwards. And then blamed its failure on improper marketing.
Right.
So that's actually what I want to do right now. Jackie, how should they have marketed this?
Oh man, spring this on me. Okay. So first off, we need to have a deal with a major franchise restaurant.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Oh, is that who had this?
Pizza Hut would, you get the plastic cups, the collectors collect all four.
I think if you're going to do a failed movie marketing deal, you have to go with Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Let's do Taco Bell.
All right.
The top of the plastic cup is the top half of
a dino, right?
T-Rex, dinosaur guy, dinosaur detective.
Is straw. Yeah.
It comes with a cool bendy straw. The toys are going to be those ones like that have the little wheels on the bottom of them, and you pull them back and it winds them up, and then you let them go and they go on their own.
Right. Like the villainous vehicles. And one thing I want to make sure that in our Taco Bell tie-in, that everything doesn't look like anything in the movie.
No.
Like none of it matches up.
Like E.T. the video game levels of not matching up.
Right. So it's just a regular T-Rex. It
has tiny arms instead of the normal person-sized arms that Theodore does.
And if it breaks open and it spills GHB into your drink, because it's made in China.
Can I have another, please?
Yeah. Like, well, this fucking blast is great.
Who wants to touch me?
Then I think they really should have put it out on billboards where the dinosaur tail is coming off of the billboard.
Of course.
And it's got like a little skateboarding kid on it on the tail. Because we had the roller skate kids, right? And they're skating on the tail like, it's a whale of a tale of adventure.
Wait, like, is there somebody skating on his tail?
Yeah,
on the dino's tail.
See, I think that you can do that with even more, where you have him back to back with Whoopi Goldberg, and they have guns.
Buddy
his
cop
tail
pose
is coming out from between her legs, and the kid's skateboarding on it. So it looks like Whoopi Goldberg has a 12-foot dick with a kid skating on it.
I love it.
And then we got to have the lounge singer, Molly Rex.
Right, his girlfriend.
Billboards for the ladies, and she could be sitting on a lounge sofa with some sexy lingerie on. And lots of sparkles behind her and big feather fans. The glamour of dinosaurs.
Right, and she's got a Coke. And, like a ding.
Pepsi, because it's Taco Bell.
Well, yeah. Okay, sure.
And let's see, what else could we do? We could do some backpacks for kids from Walmart. They could have backpacks, T-shirts. But they never say everybody do the dinosaur because they were too cheap to buy for this movie.
Right.
Too expensive. And you can't get any T-Rex songs either because they're too good.
They're too good.
But Walmart decides to use the ever popular kids tune for their Jack in the Box dinosaur toy, right?
Which nobody wants.
And it just goes, Tyrannosaurus Rex is Diana King. If it wasn't for him, we would have a happy ending. Doon, doon, doon,
It won't
doon,
stop.
Doon, doon, doon. And then the dinosaur pops out of the box.
Sometimes. Most of the time, it just breaks and falls over.
Just goes.
Yeah.
Kill me.
Yeah.
I'm an abomination. I'm a thing that shouldn't be.
Then we'll have some action figures that, you push the button on the back and they all say like at least three phrases.
Oh, no,
phrases.
I'm out. there shouldn't be any toys.
That you can't understand.
There
because you
be...
can't understand half the people in this movie.
This is the type of movie that fucks up in every way, including the merchandising. So there's no toys. It's merchandising tie-in is everything that kids don't want.
Pencils.
Like pencils and glue.
Pencils where the eraser just smudges the shit, like it makes its own color rather than erasing.
Right.
Just pink smears all over the paper, so you can't even be studious with the pencil.
Right, so when your mom comes in and like, I bought you everything you like from your favorite movie, you're like, I hate this movie and I hate this stuff.
Remember when we watched it and I pooped? I pooped on the chair because it made me poop myself.
I liked that movie, and I thought you did too. And then your mom cries for a month because she's losing your relationship. Like, time's going on, and my babies are drifting away, and the one thing we had was Theodore Rex, but I guess it was bullshit this whole time.
Yeah, she just had too much of the GHB in her Baja Blast.
Mom, tone it down. You're a junkie.
She starts dressing like Molly Rex.
Right.
From her hit numbers.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of other things that were obviously not the case, a lot of the actors signed on thinking that it was going to be computer dinosaurs like Jurassic Park.
Oh, good.
How do you think? Okay, one, not the same kind of budget.
Let's back up. Jurassic Park was what, 91, I want to say?
It had to be
it was
like
91.
Right before this.
What was the budget? Because it wasn't small on Jurassic Park. It was pretty big, but it was I mean, like
I thought
50,
it was over
100.
100.
You think really? Wow,
yeah, because
okay.
T1 had already sort of kicked that door down.
You mean T2?
T2.
Yeah.
James Cameron kicked that, so it was probably encroaching on that.
Yeah.
same
Okay.
number.
All right. Yeah. You can't do computer dinosaurs for 30 million
in 93. No.
Yeah.
When also that doesn't really matter if you. What is the computer dinosaur going to help with the script?
Right. And how's it going to help with the acting? Because nobody here is an A-lister.
Other than Bud Cort.
Yeah. Well, he's not an A-lister, but he at least knows how to act.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, you got to have talent to work with.
Was Whoopsie an A-lister? She was an A-lister.
Oh, she's always been an A-lister. Okay. She just stinks.
Why doesn't she have any eyebrows?
I don't know what that condition's called, but she doesn't have any hair.
Oh, so she's got alopecia.
Yes.
Alopecia.
Okay.
Is it?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I thought like you just get alopecia at a certain age.
No. No.
You're born with it?
No.
It's like being an albino?
At a certain age, everything just falls off. You just become...
No. No, like it was like an old person's disease, like you know...
No.
I got the alopecia.
No, you turn 47, all your hair falls out, and you're ready to be shot out of a cannon because you're smoother, and you lube you up and you shoot farther that way.
It's time for carousel.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm 35. Time to float into the sky. So what's alopecia?
You don't have any hair?
It causes you to lose all of your hair all over your body.
So is it genetic? Like you're born with it or what?
Yes.
So she's always been...
Well, she might have had hair. She might have had hair as a kid, but
Okay.
most of the time it starts affecting you later in life. It's very rare that you will develop alopecia as an adolescent, but you can.
Is there any negatives?
You just have to buy wigs if you're a lady, if you care.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, Persis Kambata, right? She's a hot-looking robot.
I don't know. I mean, like, the positives seem to be okay.
Like, I'm pretty tired of shaving. Like, I mean, I'm really tired of shaving. I would be totally down with not having hair.
Yeah, you didn't want teeth for a while, though.
Yeah, you
That's
also
true.
wanted
Yeah.
dentures.
Yeah.
Thought
Well,
it was gonna be
I don't have to
easy.
brush them. I mean, like, the less I have to do, the better, right?
Sure.
Like, I mean, you know, let's you know, I'm all about being a cyborg and stuff, but let's just start with not having body hair so I don't have to fucking get boogers stuck in my nose hair all the time.
Yeah. She also, didn't she almost get married to Ted Danson?
Yeah, right.
So
He did blackface.
Did he?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember that. You know, shout out to Ralph Northam.
Yeah.
Ted Danson did blackface too.
Oh,
He's still working.
he is.
Wow.
Yeah, not cool.
No.
Everybody throw your yearbooks away.
Ted Danson.
I wasn't popular enough to get in my yearbook.
What? The
I
forgotten
showed up
child.
to picture day, and they were like, no, you're good.
They just found a picture of someone else and put it in there.
Yeah.
Like, They didn't know who you were. That's not him? Really?
That's just a painting of Benjamin Franklin.
That's a publicity shot of the Partridge Family. It's Danny Bonaducci. Doesn't even look like him.
That's an armadillo.
It is wearing a nice jacket.
Okay, what else, Sam? Is there anything
That's
else?
about it. Like, that was my second question, is how do you go, oh, yeah, the computer dinosaurs, that's going to help this. No. So that's about it.
Jackie, this is a movie that takes place in a futuristic society. I can't even really say anything. It's just a future society. It's not a utopia or a dystopia or anything. I don't think. It's just like Cleveland.
Yeah.
But everything is dinosaur.
It's sort of.
But they brought the dinosaurs back to life. So this is not like the dinosaurs have been ruling the planet and the humans were recreated. This is a human planet.
Right.
Where we brought back the dinosaurs.
It's Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but now
Alternate
everything
universe.
is dinosaur.
Okay.
So all the lounge clubs, all the hotels, they're all dinosaur themed and oriented. And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure that if the people brought the dinosaurs back, they would just be in a fucking zoo.
Well, let's talk about
the zoo would sell steaks for the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Rex.
Display, right? You know how they do, you buy some popcorn or whatever to feed the ducks. They would have like this guy and he's got like a cooler and he's like, steaks here, get your steaks here to feed the dinosaur.
To feed the Rex.
And so then you buy a steak for $5 and then you get to chuck it at the dinosaur and the dinosaur jumps up in the air and eats it.
And he says, fuck you. $5 steaks. What are these Reagan pork chops?
I don't think that was how Jurassic World went, Jackie. I mean, I do seem to remember a dinosaur eating an entire orca whale. Or no, it was a shark. Yeah, I mean, $5 steak.
$5 steak.
What a
They got to sell a lot of them to pay for the exhibit, but I think that this could work. This is why I should be a zoo director, because I'd be like, we're going to get a Tyrannosaurus Rex and then we're going to sell the steaks for $5.
Yeah,
and I don't think the dinosaurs would ever really like jump up and grab the steaks. I think he would just throw a steak at a dinosaur and hit it in the side of the face.
Like, stop. Stop it.
I wanted to talk to you about the costumes, though.
What costumes?
The dinosaur costumes.
So, I mean, everything was a costume in this thing.
Oh my God. Okay, so Whoopsie Goldberg, she looked pretty hot.
Did she?
Oh?
She had a nice looking body in this movie. I really felt like her costume accentuated that, and I thought that was cool.
All right. Not for me.
The dinosaurs, wow.
Little rubbery.
They're
The one
they're the
lost
dinosaur-
control of his eye at one point.
They're the dinosaurs from Dinosaurs, the
those-
TV show.
They looked better in Dinosaurs, the TV show.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, okay.
A little more animated.
They didn't get lazy eye.
Exactly. The one lost control of his eye.
It's because
Theodore Rex.
he was drinking the GHB Baja Blast.
Yeah, he had a whole scene with him, Whoopi, and Roundtree where his head wouldn't lift all the way up and his eyes were only halfway open. And so, like, they're talking, and if his voice matched what was happening with his body, he would have just been going, and then Whoopsie would have to go, I'm pretty sure Theodore's having a stroke.
Because that's what he looked like. I also thought that the lounge singer, Molly Rex, had some, her costume when she first came out, right when we first see her, is very regal. It's very sparkly. And then they take off her skirt.
Okay.
And I think it's supposed to be risque, but then you're just like, okay, it's a dinosaur. But they still made it so you couldn't see her legs. So you were like, all right, so just another skirt. Cool. I also liked the weird dinosaur that was in love with Whoopsie Goldberg and that kept waving at her. I thought his animatronic fingers were pretty good.
Why wouldn't they just be a person's fingers? I don't think they're
No,
animatronic
they were
fingers.
There's just a guy in a suit.
Yes.
Well, he did a good job then.
And then it was a different guy in a suit 6 days later.
Yeah. I'm going to say that the evil henchmen that had straw for hair,
The Grassmen.
the grassmen,
Right. I don't know what they were.
they were just like pretty much a mop with some red eyes that they put out there.
Right. I don't know what they were.
And I did not like the I don't know whether he was a zombie or an animatronic guy with the weird eye.
That's Bud Cort.
Yeah.
He just has a weird eye. He had a
You really like that word this episode.
animatronic.
You mean like a cyborg or a
Yeah.
robot?
Yeah, all he had was like a fake stitch and a poker chip glued over his eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he was just a guy with a missing eye, Jackie.
It was just, I didn't like him
And
at all.
at this point, a missing career.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, I was fucking Brewster McCloud.
And then the Loki character, what was his name?
You mean not Lance Hendrickson?
Not Lance
Stephen
Hendrickson.
McCaddy.
Yeah, Stephen McCaddy, the third piece of the Lance Henriksen, Peter Weller, Stephen McCaddy trifecta of which guy is this right now?
Right.
It's always that with those three.
He was in The Fountain.
Wow. So he's got a weird long earlobe just on one side.
I don't know what he is either.
I think he's supposed to be an elf of some kind because he is dressed like in cosplay for a majority of this movie.
Yeah.
He's got capes and shit, and I'm like, oh, okay. And he's got long hair, like, I am the only Highlander.
Yes, right.
And but he's purple and green, but then it's like Chinese, so he's got like this Oriental Joker thing happening, but then he is totally the Highlander after that.
Yeah. And then, we get the main bad guy. Yeah, he just had regular suits on.
Yeah, what's that guy? That
Armin Mueller-Stahl.
Yeah, he's been around.
So,
Yeah.
nothing really to report there. The
He's like
butterfly man,
Shitty Dabney Coleman.
the toy maker, the butterfly guy.
Uh-huh.
Might as well put him in blackface because
Making
he's-
his second appearance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what else was he in?
Never Too Young to Die.
Oh,
Yeah.
was he
the
the
best
buddy?
friend, yeah.
Dude, he's
Yeah.
great. Never Too Young to Die.
He's got, the traditional samurai outfit on. Like, you're a toy maker. Why the fuck do you have a samurai outfit on other than that you...
He's not even a toy maker. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, that's his name in this movie. It's like, why does he have to have a samurai outfit on? Oh, because he lives in Ninja Street.
Right.
Okay, that's not cool.
Not cool.
So overall, I'm going to say that my favorite was I believe he was a homosexual dinosaur.
Okay.
He had the beret on
Uh-huh.
and the little dotted polka dot chief,
Okay.
neck chief.
All right.
He was my favorite because he was seemed to be more animated than the rest of the dinosaurs.
He looked like he was having a stroke, too.
Yeah, but he was like he was like swinging his body around like maybe he was going to fall over at any minute. And
He was getting zapped while he was having a stroke.
Act, damn you. Okay. Are we ready to get into this?
Yeah. Oh, I should also mention, though, there is a restaurant in Houston, Texas named Theodore Rex.
Ooh, okay.
Why would you do that?
Like intentionally because of this movie, or is it just coincidence? You don't know, do you?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
no,
an
it
asshole.
came up immediately when I searched Theodore Rex, and it's like, wait, what? A restaurant in Houston? And it doesn't open until 5, so it's like a...
It's got the top search result in Google. Like, Google's trying to bury this movie, like self-censorship.
Yeah.
They're censoring the internet for the benefit of mankind.
New Line Cinema, who's known for turds, is like, we got to get this restaurant pumped up on the Google results. This is worse than our normal shit.
Okay. Once upon a time in the future, a guy named Kane...
no, you skipped over it. Once upon a time in the future, tomorrow
Yeah.
at midnight.
Right.
That's one of the, like, Los Angeles Times review starts out was, they lost me in the opening scroll.
Right. Anyways, the plot of this movie is that this evil billionaire named Kane has, at some point, basically everything went extinct except for people, and he started bringing species back to live with people because he's a animal lover, I guess. He's like PETA, but with lots of money and questionable ethics.
Sure.
Started resurrecting extinct species, starting with the dinosaurs.
And then made them smaller and
Could speak
smart enough to perform mundane tasks and have horrible lives like the rest of us.
and not eat people.
Yeah.
And live in apartments and wear clothes and have long arms
And poor senses of humor.
and really poor senses of humors and hopes and dreams. And so he's not real cool with all of what's going on. So he wants to shoot a rocket into space that will block out the sun, causing an ice age where then the only things that will be alive will be him, his doctor assistant, his Lance Hendrickson, and dinosaurs.
Yeah, or other animals.
But he hasn't resurrected any animals.
He said that they did the whale, dinosaurs, and they were getting ready to do the raccoon.
Okay.
And they done the elephants.
Right. To live in the current world, but when he goes to his cryogenic freezer chamber, he's only got dinosaurs.
So I want to know what the decision was to bring back raccoons as opposed to another creature, right? Like, okay, raccoons are next. We haven't had enough trash can ratings lately.
Right.
Shit being stolen from your house because you have a dog door.
Disease.
They must just be down at the bottom of the list if they're getting ready for the raccoons.
I think dinosaurs is probably where you want to start, be at the bottom of the list. They eat people. I'm not real cool with that. I don't want to live with dinosaurs.
We don't know that they eat people.
I guess not. I could assume pretty good that they'd eat people.
Yeah, I mean, given the opportunity.
I mean, I've never seen a shark, but I could assume that
sharks eat people.
It would eat me if given the opportunity.
People have been eaten by them.
Well, sure.
No one ever got ate by a dinosaur.
You tell that to the other dinosaurs.
Well, they're not people. They're dinosaurs.
They're people in this movie.
Sure.
Okay. So Whoopsie Goldberg is a gun. She's a cap. But like a future cop,
she's a robot
special
cop.
agent. Yeah, she's a BioWare, like the video game company. Like she's a cyborg person.
Yeah,
I think
she hooks up directly to the interface of the police, which is like a fucking operator. It's like, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, like
yeah. So she's a phone.
Skip past the desk lady if you have direct internet access. I think
she got a cable modem implanted into her butt.
They downloaded 16 megabytes of information directly to her brain.
Yeah, she's the pretender.
Yeah.
Okay. And what else is going on in this world?
She's a racist.
Or she's a speciesist?
Yeah, speciesist. Because she don't like dinosaurs.
Right, we'll get to that. You're jumping a little bit ahead there, Sport. But there's also like future crime in this world. We're doing a little bit of world building here, Jackie.
Because they didn't.
Right. There's like body snatching of clones, like people clones.
Yeah.
And I guess they sell their guts on the black market?
Probably.
To make more clones?
Maybe.
This movie's starting to sound pretty like Blade Runner-esque right now. Like, wow, maybe this movie doesn't stink. This is a complex world that this movie's built. No. No, that's not it at all. Now let's get to Ted. He is a dinosaur.
He's a dinosaur with no warning.
Yeah, right.
Because this movie doesn't, in its opening scroll, which is supposed to, if you're going to have one of these, they're usually used for exposition.
Right.
This one wasn't. It said, somewhere in the future, tomorrow 2 hours ago, here's a dinosaur.
Right.
Who's got a dog and he's taking a bath.
What is Ted? What's his job? He works for the police department, but he's not a cop.
He was the press director or something.
He's a PR guy.
Yeah.
Or is he just like he's
the token dinosaur guy.
Publicity stunt. Like
sure.
Hey,
yeah.
the police is being equal opportunity. We got a dinosaur on payroll.
Yeah, he's the token dinosaur.
Okay.
And then they put him in PR rather than real police work.
But
Right.
he wants to be a cap.
Yep.
Let's be a real cap.
Got a poster of a dinosaur detective on the wall.
Right. That looks like a comic book from this world. Or
Sure.
something.
Not going to be a big seller, I don't think.
Yeah, Dino Cap.
Maybe it would be done properly.
I mean,
Dino Cap.
it's probably, God, this.
If it was a stegosaurus, it could have a bunch of hats on its back, so that way when it went to places, it'd be like, hold on, I got to switch my disguise. Dun-dun, then just put on a different hat.
A dinosaur master of disguise?
And the entire disguise is a hat.
Yeah, it is. And then he comes in and is like, excuse me. You're like, did you just see George Clooney walk in here?
He had a hat
He
on.
had a hat on.
Really? Because I thought that was Pee Wee Herman. I get confused by hats.
Yeah, it's a nice hat.
The man of a million disguises and hats.
George Clooney just ate the waiter.
Are you sure that wasn't B. Arthur? I mean, the hat is really throwing me off.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
He's like Marcus Brody of dinosaurs. All right. So the movie starts out with Kane's guy, Lance Hendrickson, walking through a trash forest.
Stephen McHattie.
Yeah.
Peter Weller.
Yeah. A trash forest in search of a dinosaur.
He's got a gun.
The dinosaur's got a gun?
No, Stephen McHattie has a gun.
Okay. He's also got a butterfly.
Yeah, the butterfly's deadly.
Yeah.
But it's all just a dream.
Well, the butterfly lands on this fucking dinosaur's nose and explodes. Like it's an exploding butterfly. You got a gun.
Yeah.
Why don't you shoot it?
But then it's all just a dream, and it's abruptly cut to...
But it's not a dream.
I guess not.
No, this is the whole case is this, because
Dinosaurs are connected.
That's true.
Theodore Rex wakes up and he experienced the dream. He knows that something has happened to this other dinosaur that was murdered by an exploding butterfly because at some point in time, dinosaurs became empaths.
Yeah, and one of the things that makes this jarring transition more confusing to me that I didn't realize that is because I can't tell the difference between the dinosaurs. I thought that was Theodore Rex.
No, that's
me
the
too.
corpse. That's the corpse.
Yeah, I get that now.
I mean, but why? That's your problem? They're empaths. I mean, fucking put them on the bridge of the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They got superpowers.
When? Is that also something that Kane, like, implanted in them? Like, oh, I want them to have empathy. Yeah. Like, they touch stuff and they, like, have that weird Christopher Walken thing going on.
Yeah, because when they got done, they're, like, having this, like, supernatural seance, and he's like, they're more beautiful and more human than human now. And they knock shit over with their tails.
That too. I don't get it. So anyways, he's like, oh, well, I think there's a dead dinosaur. I better call in HQ. Hey, HQ, is there a dead dinosaur? They're like, yep, totally, but you're not a detective, so fuck off. And he's like, okay, well, come on down.
He's at the clown park.
Yeah. So he gets all dressed. He goes down to the crime scene. So all of this whole movie that we're about to describe has stupid shit happening constantly around it that we can't even keep up with. There's so much stupid shit happening. Like him taking a shower and getting dressed and brushing his teeth is an entire comedic nightmare.
He doesn't brush his teeth. He thinks his breath smells fine.
Right. Whatever. Looking in the mirror, shaving, putting on his fucking shirt. Whatever happens in this sequence all sucks, Jackie.
He has gingivitis.
And I don't want to talk about it.
He also has a cookie shooter.
A cookie
Yeah,
shooter.
this is important plot
He
stuff
loves
here.
cookies for the first 20 or 30 minutes, and then that disappears. But, yeah, he's about to leave, and he's like, cookie shooter. And then this cookie shooter shoots a cookie at him, and he's like, macadamia! And then you're supposed to laugh at that, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you're really confused because you were just told in the future, tomorrow, 2 hours ago, bam, by the way, dinosaurs, and that's not Lance Henriksen. You're just scratching your fucking head.
Ooh, how does anything connect? All right, so elsewhere, Whoopsie and her partner are busting up these body snatchers that appear to just drive down the street in a truck.
Into dragnets.
Because
the cops are waiting for them. They already knew the crime was going to happen. If they go up the street 2 blocks, they can stop the whole thing.
Right. But the body snatchers thing is to just drive into people and shoot them.
Yeah.
And then grab them off the street. Like, yeah, you're going to get caught here, guys.
Not if you're undercover as a dump truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're able to use the same dump truck for 2 different things in this movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Really got the miles out of that one.
So they go in and they're like, free suckers. And then a shootout happens, which ends up they botched the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, 2 cops get the drop on body snatchers.
Literally, because they like have magic Batman repelling devices.
Right.
And then they drop onto the truck and into the truck.
And then somehow end up outside of the truck.
Well, it's because they're shitty. The one guy just lands on the roof and he eventually just falls off because he sucks.
Uh-huh.
And then Whoopsie gets into a point-blank gunfight where no one gets shot and she falls out of the back.
I don't know how.
This lasts for like 5 or 6 minutes. It's supposed to be super exciting.
Right.
But all that happens is what I just said. One guy falls out the front, she falls out the back.
Uh-huh.
There was some gunfire, and the bad guys get away.
They don't get away. The truck crashes into some water barrels and then explodes.
Oh, then explodes. Well, they run away, though. Oh,
right,
yeah.
right.
And then the truck just explodes.
And
they blame each other for it. Like,
You're out of the front, you're out of the back.
Ugh, they suck. At the dino murder scene,
Dinocide.
Dinocide.
No thanks, I'll have the fries.
Oh my god! How long you been holding on to that one?
About 2 minutes.
So Theodore Rex is like, I want to be in on this case. I know what's going on and I can help. And they're still like, oh, fuck off, you stupid dinosaur.
They're also having dinner at the museum.
Who is?
The commissioner.
Right.
Fancy dinner honoring the king of dinosaur creation guy.
Yeah, I can't say it any better than that.
Elsewhere, Whoopsie has found a stray dog and takes it over to this hot dog kid.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, hey, hot dog kid.
Here's a dog.
Here's a dog. Take care of it for me. You're my friend. And he's like, thanks, Johnny. You're my favorite customer. And then she, come to my hockey tomorrow, Whoopsie. And she's like, maybe I'll try. And she's like, no, do it. Okay.
Hey, do you want to meet my dad? My dad's single.
You guys need to do it like he's doing it. Hey, do you want to meet my dad? Is the camera on right now?
This kid stinks.
This kid is awful.
Yeah.
This is like the Wayne's World get a new guy in here thing.
Who is this kid?
He's got to be somebody's nephew.
No, not the actor. Who's the character?
He's just the mystery meat kid.
Mystery meat kid.
Yep. He's a friend, which makes Whoopsie's character a human.
Oh, she is a human man.
She is a human man.
Okay.
That's a robot cop who has
makes
friends.
Sense. Okay. All right. Yeah. At the gala, Richard Roundtree, the commissioner, is he gets told about the murder and introduces Ted to Kane, and Kane's like, I'm clearly a villain. Don't do anything to me. And then another guy who's related to Kane somehow and the cops, like maybe he's Richard Roundtree's boss, is like, how about giving the dinosaur the case? It'll be good PR. He'll be the first dino detective, and it'll be wonderful. But he's doing it because he thinks Ted is an idiot?
Yeah.
And so he's sabotaging the whole
He's
thing?
trying to sabotage it.
But Richard Roundtree's like, okay, here you go, bud.
And then inadvertently is like, you think you can sabotage a fucking case? All right, Ted, you're on the case. You've got 24 hours. Oh, yeah, he's going to fucking figure it out that fast.
Right, yeah.
Prime time, gentlemen.
Yeah, by prime time.
By prime time.
I don't know when that is.
You've got less than probably a day. I'm giving you an obscure period of time that isn't even real.
Get it done by sweeps.
Yeah. I need to have this done before Wheel's on. I'm a Wheel watcher.
Jeopardy at the latest. Wait, Jeopardy comes on
Jeopardy's
before.
too hard. It's got to be on Wheel. Got to get it before the Wheel.
He can only do this under one condition, though. He has to have a partner. And, of course, it's Whoopsie. So she comes in. She's a real bitch to him. And he's like, I don't even have dialogue here. It doesn't make any goddamn sense, but...
Whatever. She came onto the scene. She had scale face.
Scale face?
And she was like, you're a dinosaur.
Oh, you mean like blackface. Like...
Yeah. Keep up with...
That's not funny. That's offensive. Did you see her yearbook?
Oh, God damn it.
Check. She's got scales on. Not cool. So their first step is to go to the museum, because that's where dinosaur autopsies take place.
Yeah, they get in there after walking around some dinosaur bones for
That
long
are
enough.
normal-sized dinosaur bones.
Yeah.
And nobody, at no point does he go, why are the dinosaurs so big and why am I just normal human size?
Yeah, he's not saying that. He's saying other things like, I can feel the rhythms of the past. And just other bullshit that doesn't make sense. And this goes on long enough that it may as well just flash filler over and over again until they get to this person who claims to be a dinosaurologist.
A dinosaurologist.
Who's doing the autopsy. Oh.
Yeah, and of course she's your stereotypical
Well, she's
autopsyologist.
I guess.
She's eating lunch over the corpse.
They didn't, she wasn't eating.
She had a sandwich.
Okay, yeah, she has to eat. But the other thing is she's like, oh, I haven't had time to do anything with this yet. It's the only thing in front of her. So she's really just sitting there not doing her job, which her job isn't real because it's not called a dinosaurologist.
And you wouldn't do autopsies on him even if you were.
She just had enough time to hide the scotch
Right.
that she was having with her sandwich.
Yeah.
This bologna's not going to eat itself.
What did you have for lunch? Scotch and chip beef. Hold the chip beef.
Time to do some dinosauring.
Passes out with her head inside the corpse.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside. I could put Luke in here.
Do you know if that dinosaur released its bowels on that table, you're going to need more than just a mop and a bucket.
Right. I mean, you saw what happened to Jeff Goldblum.
He got trapped on an island with a dog, and I believe that he was rescued by Steve Zissou.
He turned it into the Fly?
Yeah. No, I walked up to a giant pile of dinosaur shit.
Oh, yeah.
I guess nothing really happened to him. It was Laura Dern that stuck her hand in the Triceratops shit.
Then learn something from it.
I like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's a lot better than this movie.
Let's talk about that for the next 10 minutes.
So she's like, I don't know what to do about this dinosaur. And he's like, hold on, let me use my empath powers. And he sticks his hand on the dinosaur and he starts freaking out and like hawking up loogies and stuff. And then
making weird sounds.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, hey, there's a butterfly wing stuck up his nose. And he pulls this wing out and like, here, figure this shit out.
Yeah, he's like, I got the evidence. Here it is. Thanks, I guess.
Right, so they got a guy who can rebuild everything, and that's how they send it to the guy that can track what this thing is.
They give it to her to send to the place that they are going to go directly to.
Right.
Because they're dicks.
Right. Well, first they gotta take a pit stop because they have to go to this dinosaur nightclub.
Yeah,
that has nothing to do with the movie.
He was able to empathically figure out that he was like married to the lady or something.
The dead dino.
It was originally thought that he was dating Molly Rex.
Okay.
Because they lived together. And so then they assumed, okay, they're not dating, they're married. We got to go down to the extinct club and see what's happening.
Right.
And this is where we get all of the other dinosaurs that live in town.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I loved this bar.
Oh, you loved it?
The bar scenes for the dinosaurs were the best scenes in the whole movie.
Yeah, that's not really saying a whole lot.
No, it doesn't. I did break apart hysterically in this sequence, not because the comedy that they were trying was working, but because my mind finally broke apart with just sheer and utter confusion as to what was happening.
Nothing makes sense inside of this place.
No.
The dinosaurs are so not dinosaur-esque that it's like it's reality bending.
Well, they like soft skins, some of them.
Yeah, that's what they call the people.
Yeah.
But then like their reactions to Whoopsie, like one guy just keeps belching in her face.
Yeah.
And
and then turning around and eating peanuts.
The other one's giving her the dino eye, as Jackie called it.
Yeah. It's like Armin Mueller-Stahl's character, in an effort to create a super race of dinosaurs, made a few mistakes on the way.
They're all pervy. And then the
And
last
weird.
one that hits on her is this dinosaur and it's nothing but teeth.
Yeah.
And it's like smiling at her like, hey, She's like, not with that mug. She walks off.
He says something, but
Yeah,
it
most
sounds
of the
like that.
dialogue is unintelligible.
And that's not just with the dinosaurs.
Right. I have no idea what's going on in this place. Anyways, the singer comes out, and it's, I guess, hubba hubba. Like, the dinosaurs start freaking out, like, you know, like that horny wolf in the bar.
Yeah.
But
they're just, like...
Is she hot for a dinosaur?
She takes her hat off, and when it cuts back and forth, I can't tell...
Wait, she took her hat off. Who is she?
Yeah, that's not George Clooney.
George Clooney.
You clever minx. I think you're a girl. Yeah, when she takes her hat off and it starts cutting back and forth between the headshots of her and Theodore, it was a mistake to do headshots because you can't tell who's who.
Right.
After about the third cut, you're like, wait, I'm lost.
Right. It's not exactly like Bugs Bunny dressing up as a lady bunny.
No.
I mean, she's pretty mannish.
She's just a dinosaur.
She's a dinosaur.
And
it's not really my thing to be attracted to dinosaurs. I mean, I'm sure it's for somebody, but it's not my thing. You know, those cake sitters, they probably like
cakes and sitting in them.
Yeah, they don't like dinosaurs.
No.
Does anybody like dinosaurs?
I mean, everybody likes dinosaurs, but nobody wants to have sex with one. That's the thing. Dinosaurs are awesome, but they're not hot.
I don't know. There's some floozies in this bar that are shaking what they got with the dinosaurs. The one's dancing with the long neck, and she's like, yeah.
I'm scared to get some Land Before Time terminology in here.
Yep, it's true. And she was all stroking his neck like, oh, yeah.
Dude, dinosaurs screw?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
They like have
we don't know
exothermal
anything
sex.
about them. They died like a long time ago, and we've got bones that are like, yeah, we think we know some shit about this, but really we don't.
Yeah, I mean, do they do it like cows do? I mean, like,
do they
two brontosauruses stacked on top of each other? Like, wouldn't like the earth crumble?
When the dinosaurs screw, it is the grass that truly loses.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like kaboom.
I know. I think they do, in fact, do it like they do it on the Discovery Channel.
You and me, baby.
I didn't think that was going to go over as well.
Next on Discovery, dino screwing.
Yeah, this is how we think they did it.
Voices by James Cameron.
Yeah.
James Cameron. I guess he's done weirder things.
Yep.
You know, nobody ever talks about dinos fucking.
Nope.
I think it's a subject that we need to broach. I think it's time in society that we have this discussion.
I think we should write a Kama Sutra book for dinosaurs. Just have like pictures that we drew.
Yeah.
They're not even very good. They're like stick dinosaurs with hats on.
Yeah.
Sam drives a tank.
If you put hats on them, we won't know they're not people.
There's like jet fighters up in the sky.
Yeah,
Dinos.
that's what happens if you let me draw anything. There's going to be tanks and jets.
The sun's got a smiley face on it.
Yep.
Position 1.
Is that a kid skateboarding on that dinosaur's dick? Yup.
Position 2. The kid is still on that dick. Okay, all right. So they go backstage. They tell her that her dinosaur friend, whatever lover, is dead. And she's like, oh, no, he wasn't my husband. And T-Rex is like, oh, yeah, thank God you're single, and I'm going to do things to you later.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
It's Carol Kane that's the dino.
Yeah.
It's too bad for her.
Sucks, man.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks. Carol Kane's the greatest. Not here. So then she tells them about New Eden, Kane's company. Like, oh, he worked for New Eden, or he was hanging around New Eden, or I don't even know what the fuck he was doing, but go check out New Eden. So they got a clue.
I think he worked there.
Yeah, it's too late at night. They got to split up and get back together on the morning. But on Teddy's way home,
the people that are only, because at one point, not Lance Henriksen, Stephen McHatty's like, to Bud Cort, you got to watch him.
Right.
So he, instead of doing that, gets his grass men to fuck with him.
They jump on his truck and start taking it apart and then cover it in shaving cream.
They just zap it. I mean, they TP his house in a manner of speaking.
I don't get it.
And then she shows up in an Aerostar because it's for the future.
Right, of course.
And is like, why didn't you go home? And he's like, oh, I got shaving cream on me.
I don't know what happens here.
Not really much, because I think that's the end of the scene, and then it just like cuts to something else.
Well, I don't know what they accomplish. The villains, like, what did they do?
They fucked with him.
They fucked with him. That's it.
But they weren't supposed to. They were just supposed to. They weren't even supposed to be there.
Right.
The one guy is just supposed to watch him.
Right. While this is taking place, Whoopsie goes to this place called the Medevac and
Oh God.
discovers that somebody else, this other dead person.
The first dead person.
What first dead person?
The guy from the truck in the very beginning.
The
Yeah.
guy from the truck?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
guy that got shot in the back and was going to get body snatched?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's this
Okay.
guy.
All right.
But and he's wrapped up like a mummy.
Right?
They couldn't get the
They
original
couldn't get the
actor
original
back.
guy, and there's got to be a better way to do that.
Right.
Just like that's what you came up with, huh?
It turns out he's a clone, and so, but he's got the same registry number on his molecules as New Eden's stuff, and so it's all tied together. I
It's
guess.
supposed to be science, but he's like, yes, I read this man's DNA, and it says his name's Mark. That's kind of how it plays
Right.
out. And
Well,
you're
his
like,
name's Adam.
okay, yeah, but that's it. His name was in his DNA.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
It's
did you-
all tied together to the dinosaurs.
Did you find out anything useful? Because that's not.
When he pooped, he ate raisins.
Like
We
he
know
eats
that
raisins
there's-
on the toilet?
There's raisins in his poop. We know he ate
Oh,
raisins.
okay. Yeah.
Miss Slippy's car is green. So the next morning they go to HQ and they get yelled at because they got shaving cream on a van.
Because the car got destroyed.
Yeah.
It got shaving cream on it.
They pulled some wires that
They
could be
pulled
replaced.
the sirens off.
Yeah,
and
they say
stuff.
that the car is destroyed.
I don't know about that. Then he gets new clothes, and this sequence is bonkers. Like,
This is-
there's a room at the police HQ where if you get shaving cream on your truck, you go in and stand on a Star Trek transporter where Scotty programs in your clothes for you that then appear on your body.
I really want to accuse this of being, I know they didn't have access to Paramount stuff, but it is a transporter room.
It certainly looks like it.
It really looks like they redressed a transporter room.
But I don't understand the concept here. Like, is it because dinosaurs have shitty arms and they can't put on their own pants?
He wears normal clothes at the beginning of the movie.
Uh-huh.
Why doesn't everybody have... So do we have clothes, or do we have clothes-making magic devices?
Like, do people go into these things as
Sure.
well and get new clothes, or is it just dinosaurs?
I think that they were supposed to be making him undercover. This is where you go if you're a police officer and you need to go undercover.
So these are disguises.
Yeah.
You know what
this
they
is
need
the
to-
hats.
Yeah, like, I was going to say, if they wanted a real disguise, they needed to use a hat. Because they didn't give him one, and I can still tell that he's a dinosaur.
It's so fucking weird.
It's also a bit of... You can just tell that when he wrote it, he was like, this is comedy gold.
Oh,
Yeah,
people are gonna fall
especially
out of their chairs.
when they make him the Mexican,
Oh, yeah, it's horribly racist.
where he has the mustache and everything,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, "Oh, cinco mío," and they do it for several different races.
And I guess when you get new clothes, it also become one with the clothes, kind
Sure.
of. Like, it changes your personality.
Yeah, it changes your nationality
yeah,
from dinosaur to Scotsman.
yeah, you become a Scot.
Because that's what nationality he is, dinosaur.
From Dino Nation. Man, it's weird. So they get a new truck. It's a garbage truck.
It's a dump truck.
They didn't even bother to take the garbage out of the back. They're just
There's
like,
still trash
"Eh."
inside of it.
Yeah.
And he has to ride in the smushy part.
Yeah, he
like
has-
where the garbage gets crushed.
Yeah, but then there's an open back, so the garbage just gets crushed into the cab.
It's like that. It doesn't work.
No.
Like, all of our garbage people would be dead if the garbage could just come in and crush the driver.
Yeah, it would shoot them out the windshield and they'd die. It'd be horrible.
Killed by a McDonald's box.
Killed by intended use of the device.
Right. Oh, man. It would be the worst death at my house because I have 4 dogs.
A lot of dog poo.
Yeah, you wouldn't get killed by it. You would just be like, just bags of poop. Ew. Okay. All right. Where are we in this thing?
They're the dump truck.
Yeah.
They go play hockey.
Yeah. They go meet the hot dog kid at his hockey game,
Which isn't. It's like a fucking glam fighting tournament or something. Like they're not playing hockey.
Right.
They have like face paint.
Yeah, it's like they're the Neon Gang from Batman Forever.
Yeah, I think they're gonna just beat the shit out of these two cops.
That's why they were really invited. Come meet my dad.
Yeah. Your lunch meat, pig.
Yeah, he's like, we're gonna beat up the cops, and then they're like, we can't tell if these are cops because one's wearing a leotard, and the other one's a dinosaur
with a hat on. Who is he? And they're getting spied on by Bud Cort, Barton Fink,
Brewster
McCloud. And so now Kane knows about the hot dog kid. Like he's got a little bit of intel, some reconnaissance on Whoopsie Goldberg's private life.
Sure. Also, we realize this is the part where when he's writing it, he's like, this is when I lock Theodore Rex into the hearts of all of the children who watch the film, because he scores 3 simultaneous goals with his tail.
Yes, exactly.
And what's more awesome than that?
High-fiving.
Falling down.
Yeah. Pizza.
Changing
Milk
your hat.
That's barely cold is more awesome than that.
Anchovies.
Yeah, barely.
Barely. Okay, we're going to skip ahead a little bit. Eventually, this hot dog kid gets nabbed because, of course, he's cannon fodder.
We can't skip ahead because nothing happens.
Right.
Yeah.
They go to the dino funeral, which in Dino World, it's like tomorrow. As soon as you find out that your friend is dead, you have the funeral tomorrow. But the funeral is actually getting liquefied, right?
And fed to flowers that you're going to eat later.
Yeah, you take home with you,
The
so
circle
that
of
everybody
life.
gets to take home a piece of you.
And eat you.
Uh-huh.
And then turn you into poop.
Uh-huh.
It's people.
It's people.
But they're not. They're dinosaurs.
With hats on. Are they dinosaurs?
Only some of them have hats
It could
on.
be people.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
The French dinosaur.
Because they got hats on.
He's
Can't
got the
be French. He's a
beret.
dinosaur.
No Canada, like French Canada.
What?
He's like, okay, girl, you just sit down. It's a funeral.
So after the funeral, of course, he goes on a date with Molly Rex, where they end back at his place.
And she moves in.
And she moves in and becomes his dino wife, I guess. Because he puts a ring on her finger, and now she lives there.
She can't afford her apartment anymore because her roommate's dead. So.
Oh, okay, all right.
She wasn't that successful of a lounge singer.
How much does it pay to fucking sing at that place? I don't think the grunters are paying, like, tipping high.
Yeah, she drinks it all away. She looks like a booze hound.
Sure.
It's mean.
Probably a hose hound, too. Working down that dino wiener.
Do they have wieners?
I'm thinking.
I don't know.
Does their boner have an actual bone in it?
Like,
Consult the science. It does not.
We're going to have to take a Stinker Madness field trip to the Smithsonian and check out some dinosaur bones.
You just ask questions that are not relevant to anything other than this movie until we get kicked out.
Yes, I would like to have a meeting with your dinosaurologist, please.
No, I don't want to talk to a paleontologist. I need to talk to a dinosaurologist.
What? I'm sorry. I don't know what that is, but a dinosaurologist, I believe.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, you call yourself what you want. Let's get down to here. How do they do it?
We've drawn some pictures here. We published a book called Dinosaur Kama Sutra.
Yeah, the position 3 is really just him sort of jacking off in a wide pattern around her. Is this going to happen in real life?
How realistic do you think this book is on it? Just give it each page a rating from 1 to 10.
We know the tanks aren't very realistic, but they are sweet.
Yeah, no, this one right here is the Jets on its side because they're playing Rock Me Like a Hurricane. It's the air show. The dinosaurs can't even fuck right now because they're too busy watching these awesome jets. It's the fucking Blue Angels.
That page just got music that comes on when you turn to it.
So weird. I think we had some of the GHB Bob last.
Fucking good stuff, man.
Okay. So she gets spied on as well. They know that Molly Rex is living with him. So they head back to the police headquarters and they get the butterfly clue that says, hey, this whole butterfly was made by this guy named the Toy Maker, and it's go see him. He lives in Ninja Town.
Was it Ninja Town or Ninja Street? I think it was Ninja
on
Street.
the Ninja Grid.
Ninja Grid.
He's in the Ninja Grid.
You don't really see a lot of people that live there.
No.
Get it? Because ninjas sneak around.
Ooh.
Wasn't it like, yeah, he's at the dead guy warehouse on Ninja Grid. You're like, what?
Indeed, because that's where they go. They go inside of the dead guy warehouse where you get cryogenically frozen, I guess.
There's a bunch of welding tanks and then some puppets that don't make any sense.
This is mind-meltingly strange.
This actually makes you feel like you're on drugs for a second.
Right. It's baffling because the desk clerk for the cryo center is a 4-inch man that lives inside of a bag.
The doctor's bag.
Purple, and he's got different sized eyes.
He kind of looks like a Frankenstein doll.
Yeah.
Is he a Muppet?
Yeah.
He's supposed to look like Beaker, I think. Is close to without ripping off, but then also like Frankenstein at the same time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Frankenbeaker.
And there's no context for it.
No.
It's just a guy who lives in a bag, and she even says, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm the guy who lives in a bag."
Yeah.
Okay. And then they have weird dialogue, and he's like, "Hey, check out this caterpillar." And then the caterpillar turns into a butterfly and says, "You guys are cool," and flies off. And the guy in the bag says, "I'm out of here."
Yeah.
What?
Cut to a different scene.
Yeah. So bizarre. Yeah, they follow the butterfly into the room where the toy maker's at. And he then is like, "Hey, I'm the toy maker. I'm cool." And she's like, "We know you're connected to Kane." He's like, "You're right." And blows his own apartment up
Yep. Yeah, pretty much how that plays out.
while pulling a Batman and falling through the floor. But he's not really through the floor because he picks his head up after it exploded. And they're like, "Oh, gotcha. You didn't blow us up, idiot."
He, looks up and he's like, "Yeah, that worked great." I'm like, "Dude, you just blew up all your shit.
Yeah, that's your home, bro.
Everything."
And you didn't get them. They tiptoed away. That's how crappy your bomb was.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And you just got tail nabbed.
Right.
Because now his tail is good for something besides knocking shit over
Yeah, it's prehensile suddenly.
for 1 second.
Yeah. Oof.
And then they waterboard him.
Yeah, they fucking torture this guy.
They don't waterboard him, they farterboard him. It's fucking terrible. Just
Well, first
sits-
they try to use this dinosaur gingivitis,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and the guy doesn't care. Then they hold him down and they fart on him. And then
it
they
sucks. It's awful.
It's
yeah,
awful.
and then they put him upside down like they're going to waterboard him. But then he's just like, "I'm going to eat you."
And then bonks him in the face with his tail, and now he's dead, I guess.
And then the caterpillar shows back up and quits.
Right. That's it, boss. I'm done.
And then we get to see the man in the bag go, "What a mess," because one person was so in love with those that they had to come back into
Yeah,
the
get
movie.
those guys back in. They don't make any fucking sense, and it's fucking mind-numbingly weird. But the hot dog kid and Molly have been kidnapped. They're back at the compound, the New Eden compound, and Rex and Whoopsie find out about it. And they don't really seem to care that much. They're like, "Oh, that's cool. We were going to go there anyways." So they go back to New Eden, and they have to kidnap Bud Court, and he's got an airplane helicopter
It's
that they used to fly into New Eden when they could just go through the front door like they did last time when they were there.
It's an aerial contraptomazoink.
Right.
They also have suspended Theodore in such a manner where they will not be able to land this craft without killing him.
Well, they don't even land this thing because they just fly it straight into the building. They
Yeah.
crash.
Theodore is dead.
Yes, right. And they're like, the henchmen are like, freeze, and Whoopsie gets nabbed and led away, but then she really easily breaks free from him and then just goes outside.
She uses her gun.
You were in the room with the bad guy. You know where he's at. You were just in the same room with him.
She's going for the kid.
Oh.
She doesn't...
Why don't she get the guy and be like, where's the fucking kid?
Even know where the... Oh, that's right. The fucking guy that they farter boarded spills the beans and knows way more than he should.
Yeah, but he doesn't know where the exact location of this child is because they moved the child into a freaking chimpanzee's cage.
Yes, with a chimpanzee in
And
it.
she just goes right to it.
Uh-huh.
She
How do you
doesn't
think
grab
that-
a guy and be like, where's the kid?
How do you think that chimpanzee feels? Everybody else in the cage was taken and frozen
Right.
to be part of the next generation, and they're like, not you, bub.
Not you.
You're like,
Your hat
boy.
skills are not worth it.
Three's Company, Pickles. Sorry.
I'm a sad chimpanzee.
Why'd you name me Pickles?
Inside, Ted wakes up and Kane shows him his rocket and he's like, see this thing? It's going to bring about an ice age. You want to join us? We need a T-Rex. We already got Molly, so prepare to be frozen if you're cool, and launches his fucking rocket into space. Here's what's up.
Yeah. He goes, would you like to see some really bad CGI?
Oh, man.
Here it is.
Yeah, woof.
They dodged computers only to give us a late reveal, which is very bad.
Yeah, right. Whoopsie frees the hot dog kid, and then she chases away the goons that were following her with a device.
Red triangle.
Yeah, it's the go away triangle.
She hits it makes a barely audible sound, and they fuck off.
Yeah.
They're like, ah!
It's if you have one of these, use it an hour ago.
She uses this after a prolonged shootout.
Yeah.
But, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It sucks.
They were done with those guys in the movie.
Yeah, right. And then Teddy uses his tail to free his wife on accident, sort of, whatever.
She's not frozen. She's just
Yeah.
holding still, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. It's fucking weird. But then Whoopsie gets shot by Lance Hendrickson.
Not Lance Henriksen.
And-
Stephen McCaddy.
She goes offline. Like, she gets shot in the chest a bunch of times.
And then he's like, are you shot? And she's like, no, but I'm pretty much off. So you're shot. No.
I can't move anything but my face.
I can only tell you
So I'm
words
offline.
of operational wisdom by Steven Seagal. We're going to win because we have a superior attitude and a superior state of mind.
Can I have your gun?
Nope.
No,
But-
use your brain.
My brain is only the size of a peanut.
Yeah, good point.
Can I have your gun?
No, you can't.
Please.
Use your brain.
Use your brain. So he takes his brain out of his head and he throws it like a baseball.
Knock
Kills
somebody
both
down.
the bad guys and then dies because his brain's out of his head. And everyone claps and the movie's over. No, that's not what happens.
He gets a grappling hook, goes outside, tosses it over a tree, and lands the grappling hook perfectly onto the seat of Kane, who's driving away in a Ford Ranger, lifting him out of the Ford Ranger seat and everything.
Yeah.
Which he made the grappling hook out of rebar from a building structure. But then when you look at the grappling hook, it's in the front of the seat.
Uh-huh.
So it would have went through King of Biology and killed him
Sure.
instantly.
Right?
Yeah.
But,
But
you know,
it
he's
doesn't.
alive.
And you stick around. I'm in the mama's store. And also, like, not Peter Weller or Lance Henriksen, Stephen McCaddy then crashes into an exploding sign.
Right.
And he's not in the movie anymore.
The sign explodes. What? It's a billboard. Okay. Then Teddy's like, I got you. Give me your remote control that now just appeared in this film that's never been discussed that controls your rocket and makes the rocket explode in space.
Which is what it was supposed to do.
Right.
So they died?
I guess the end of the world happens.
Yeah, instead of the small amount of things that could have survived, he has instead killed us all.
Thanks, Ted. You suck.
That's why you don't make dinosaurs cops.
No, that's not what happens. He gets an award and a promotion. He's a real detective.
And all of a sudden, it starts getting kind of cold.
Chilly out here. I can't see the sun. It's dark out. All right. Maybe the sun's wearing a hat.
Is that George Clooney? I always thought he was pretty bright.
Dumb. All right. That's the end of the movie. Thank God. Who wants to go first? For questions.
So here's
Questions.
the weird question, and it's tied into something I forgot in the boring bullshit. Would the number change if you're Whoopi Goldberg from $5 million to $7 million? Is that enough to make you say yes to this thing?
Run that by me again. I'm confused.
The number changed from $5 million to $7 million to get her to do it.
So the original offer was $5 million. She said no.
She had agreed verbally.
Okay.
Then the guy sued her. And rather than...
Because she agreed to it?
Well, backing out of the verbal agreement.
Oh, okay, okay.
Which was to do this buddy cop movie with a dinosaur for $5 million.
Uh-huh.
So then she does it for $7 million.
And you're saying,
Is $2 million enough? I mean, not for you,
if
but
I'm Whoopsie Goldberg.
she's already sort of, at this time...
93.
She could-
What else is she up to? Sister Act's right in there, too.
Sister
right?
Act.
Yeah.
I mean, she's...
Jumpin' Jack Flash.
That's
well
not
before.
a good movie.
But she's as hot as she can, a commodity as she is at
Until
this time.
probably today.
Until this movie kills her.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I would have just fucking dealt with the lawsuit.
Right. Exactly.
Like, Your Honor, this guy wrote The Last Starfighter. Fuck him.
Yeah. Look at this script, buddy.
Yeah, it's a dinosaur.
We're in court today, and he brought in a 4-inch guy in a bag.
Yeah.
That's his attorney.
His attorney is the man in the bag.
Yeah. My question is, who repopulates the Earth? Like, if the plan goes perfectly, there's dinosaurs and whatever other animals that can now speak and have disproportionate sizes to what they actually are. And Kane lives, and I'm assuming his doctor henchwoman, and I'm assuming not Lance Hendrickson.
I think he gets to go, even though the third wheel chimp can't.
Right. So are they gonna make people?
Maybe.
I think that they also have an Adam and Eve type situation where they have some other people that are going to do it for them.
Clones?
Yeah.
Is that where the clones come in?
Yes.
Sure.
To screw and make babies?
Because I don't know if...
Then why not just keep the planet that you live on? Why do you have to wipe out humankind if you're just going to have humankind with dinosaurs again? Like, what's his end game?
I can't... It doesn't make any sense.
King of the world.
But then the world
just-
is stupid.
It's the same as it was before. Just say, I'm the king of the world and get on the front of a boat. And
He's already
you're
the
good to
king
go.
of the world.
Yeah, he's already the king of the world. He's already Jimmy Cam.
Yeah.
Jimmy Cam. I don't know. His plan sucks.
Did Theodore and Molly get married?
I think they got married in the apartment.
Did they?
Well, okay, so
They got engaged, I think, because he gave her a ring.
Yeah,
It's his ring.
dinosaurs clearly have different ways of doing big events than we do, as witnessed by the funeral
Sure.
and the nightclub. I think they're married.
Okay.
She moves in right then. The
All right.
ring goes on. They're married. They don't need a priest because
They don't have one.
they don't
They're
have any.
dinosaurs.
They got a guy in a bag. That's what they got.
That's not even theirs. That's the ninjas have a guy in the bag.
Their spiritual guru is a stegosaurus, or no, a triceratops
Maybe.
Maybe.
with some pipes.
Right. None of it makes any sense. So yeah, I think they're already married.
Okay.
So do you think that they hired more dinosaur detectives after this?
Like, did he make a giant leap in progressive equalism for dinosaurs in the police force and maybe
Yeah.
the world?
Probably.
He saved it
I guess.
from an unknown fate, really, because, I mean, you saved it from being itself again, but we all would have died, so cool, bro. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think she's fired, though.
Sure.
Well, I don't think that they fired her because they rebuilt her.
They rebuilt Whoopsie Goldberg?
Yeah, to be faster and stronger.
Yeah.
Why did they rebuilt her rather than just like fixing the hole in her tummy or whatever that made her go offline? She died? The robot lady died?
Well, she needed new parts.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like your car. Sometimes it needs a new fan built.
So now that the King of Earth is dead, like, does society regress into just warring tribes? The only people that we see in this movie are Armin Mueller-Stahl, who's basically running everything.
He's the king of the world.
And the commissioner of the police.
Correct.
So Richard Roundtree's now the mayor, too? I don't know what's going on here.
I don't either. Where are all the people? The dinosaurs ate them. That's what happened.
Maybe everyone left Earth because when they got to here, they're like, wow, Earth is stupid. Let's leave.
Tis a silly place.
Yeah, it doesn't take all these other threats to get, space colonies. It's just one asshole making everything real dumb and we're out.
All right, we got to make the call, kids.
I got one more question.
Oh, fuck.
What do you guys think that the statues were supposed to look like? The
balls?
The balls that looked like they had bacteria on them?
Outside of New Eden.
Yeah. That kind of were maybe ovaries?
It's ovary-esque.
It is.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I wanted to make fun of it, but I just...
It's too
I
vague.
couldn't.
Like, what is it?
Yeah, like, wow, that's art direction fail right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, put a hat on it.
Wait a second, that's George Clooney. There's two of them.
Brown derby hat.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to figure this out. Is he a monster bud? Can we put T-Rex in the monster bud class?
I think we cannot because he never befriends any of the children beyond hitting 3 goals at once.
Right, true.
Whoopsie Goldberg is a robot and she doesn't need buds. He doesn't... Every other monster bud is a friend to children, and he is not.
And the monster bud must be thrust upon the child.
Yeah.
Like it's not it's if anybody was going to be a monster bud in this movie, it would be Whoopsie Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's thrust upon the dinosaur and fucks up his life.
I guess.
Sort of.
Yeah, this is not a monster bud movie.
Okay, not a monster bud movie. Looks like a monster bud movie. It's not a monster bud movie.
Can't even do that.
Yeah, indeed. All right, so we got to call it. Recommendations. Jackie, I'm going to start with you.
Do not.
Okay.
Fucking turd.
Yeah. Yeah. You hated this movie, huh?
It was very hard to watch.
It is. It is indeed. I unfortunately also, even though it's historically significant,
Yes.
it's bottom 100 material unless you're touring the bottom 100. This is a pile. It sucks. It hurts. It hurts to watch. It's vomit. It's vomity. It's vomit on your face, vomit in your hair. Can't wash it out. You got vomit dome.
One of the reviews on IMDb says that his kids got sick, like really ill, like they started throwing up because of Theodore Rex.
Yeah, I can see that. I read a review that said on Letterboxd, I should have checked the nameless person, said the cinematic equivalent to an Arby's bathroom.
Arby's bathrooms are nicer. I disagree wholeheartedly.
All right, well, there you go. Sam, where are you at?
Yeah, I was drunk when I watched the first 20 minutes of this, thinking it was gonna work.
GHB Baja Blast.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad we did it, but at the same time, I'm gonna give it a do not.
Yeah.
And here's what I would say.
Okay.
If you want people to leave your house immediately, put this movie on. This is worse than Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh, absolutely.
Getting people to leave your house.
Absolutely. This is one of the worst we've done. I mean, again, I keep when we talk about the worst movies we've reviewed, I keep going back to Monster Buds, and this is Chomp's level. I think it's worse than Chomp's.
This is worse than Chomp's.
Is it worse than Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
I don't know. It's fucking close.
It's real bad. This one might be the worst.
It might be the worst.
We would have to go back and rewatch every shitty movie, and that's not going to happen.
It fails its goals more than anything that we've ever done because it never had any goals to fail.
Indeed.
This one didn't make me as angry to watch as some of the other ones that we've done, and I I'm not going to be able to tell you which ones those are, but I have, my feeling is that I have sat doing this podcast before, and by the time that we finished it, I was like, I'm going to fucking kill you.
I think you were actually mad for 3 weeks over Jason X.
Yes.
Which
fucking stupid ass
rules.
movie.
I love that movie.
So I'm gonna go. It's not the worst one we've done, okay? Because I am not sitting here going, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Just, after we hit the stop recording button over there, you're never gonna think about this movie again, are you?
Oh no, I'm gonna suggest it to some unwilling,
Ooh.
unsuspecting asshole.
Will it upon an enemy.
Yeah, like somebody who has kids would be like, hey, do you want to watch Theodore Rex? And then I'll be like, oh, you know what? I gotta go.
Your kid shat in my fucking house. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I never told you about that, but I hate you forever.
Yeah, your kid threw my iPod in the toilet, so guess what? Theodore Rex for you, asswipe.
You're going to love it. All right. There we go. Speaking of how long we've been doing this podcast, we've got a little bit of You're Wrong, Idiot.
Sure.
If you've noticed, for the last 2 months, I've been declaring that we've been doing this podcast for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong, idiot.
We're gonna reach the 6th.
This is this is the end of our 5th year.
Yes.
Yeah, or we're starting.
We will be starting year 6 in April.
Something like that.
Wow, this is the longest I've stayed dedicated to anything in my life.
Including your husband. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Just kidding. All right, we got some listener feedback.
It's all about me.
No, it's not.
It's all about me.
Coming from listener Eric. Eric says, I've had a favorite bad movie that I discovered in the late 90s, and it made all my friends watch at some point. It's a musical. It's from the 80s. It stars Pia Zadora. It's Voyage of the Rock Aliens. Imagine, if you will, a guitar-shaped spaceship is searching the cosmos for rock and or roll and comes across a music video featuring Pia Zadora and Jermaine Jackson. But that is quickly forgotten, and the movie moves on the spaceship's crew. A band of aliens that look like low-rent Devo decide to come to Earth. Meanwhile, Pia Zadora is singing on the beach with low-rent stray cats. Meanwhile, Ruth Gordon is the sheriff in this town. Meanwhile, Devo encounters the stray cats, and there is conflict. Meanwhile, Michael Berryman is an escaped mental patient / chainsaw killer. Meanwhile, Pia Zadora is torn between Devo and the stray cats at the high school cotillion. Meanwhile, a giant squid attacks the school. Finally, Pia Zadora, Michael Berryman, Devo, and the Stray Cats have to defeat the giant squid with no help from Ruth Gordon. Also, 80s music videos break out every 10 minutes.
Wow. That sounds like awesome.
So we might have to see if we can get our hands on that and check that out for sure. But that's a recommendation from listener Eric for all of you and us. Sam, you got anything this week?
Yeah, I do fucking Skyline bullshit. I watched both of those movies.
What is Skyline?
So Skyline was Brothers Strauss. They have a pretty decent computer animation studio. They do really good work when it's just that. They
name something that we would know.
Oh fuck! They've worked on everything. They've worked on the Avengers. They've worked on all sorts of shit.
All right.
Especially with
pretty
how
mainstream stuff.
Especially how piecemeal all that is now. Right. 20 studios animation wise on everything.
Right.
However, they do Skyline on their own, and the special effects are really tremendous. They did it in their apartment building that they lived in, and it's on a production level very good. In a movie, it's meh.
Okay.
Because it's War of the Worlds, right?
Sure.
And so
what's this streaming on?
They're both on Netflix because Netflix just commissioned the sequel.
Oh.
So the Beyond Skyline is a Netflix original.
All right.
But they put the first, and I've been avoiding it because I was like, I really kind of want to watch the first one because the Strausses aren't involved with the second one hardly at all. Man, the special effects are great in the first one in terms of what they did with their budget. Holy shit! And I won't really bag on it too hard because it's just not that great. They at least when they decided to do a smaller tale. All of these movies, Independence Day, all of it is just War of the Worlds.
Sure.
It's how you do War of the Worlds.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, even to the point in Independence Day with the computer virus. I mean, it's just War of the Worlds.
Right.
And they decided when they did their War of the Worlds the first time that they were going to do it from the perspective of a couple that were in love. And it's answered as to why at the end, with their introduction of the virus or whatever. Because you do wonder why the point of view's there other than just to be small, but they give you kind of a cute reason at the end. And you're like, was it good? But it's got bad reviews everywhere.
Yeah.
And the new one has good reviews.
Oh.
And the new one was horridly inefficient, breaks its own rules, has areas that don't make any sense other than to just have another scene. The new one is a pile of shit. In terms of you watch them back to back and you like the second one better, maybe you like excitement, sure, whatever. It is more of an action-oriented piece. Mm-hmm. But in terms of actual filmmaking, the second one's a turd compared to the first one. And the consensus is the opposite, that the first one, because it wasn't a big production or whatever, wasn't exciting enough. Maybe it was on the heels of something else that was too good, is seen and viewed rather poorly, whereas the new one people seem to like, and it's crap.
Yeah.
It isn't even good storytelling.
Okay. So give me 1 through 3, do or don't.
1 through 3?
Yeah. Skyline 1, Skyline 2, and Skyline 3.
There's only 2 Skylines.
Oh, I thought you said... Oh, you haven't seen the third one.
There is no third one. So it's just Skyline and Beyond Skyline.
God damn it, I'm confused already. There's too much complexity in this Skyline franchise.
And it's really just War of the Worlds.
Okay, so...
Only if you... I would just say don't.
Okay, don't on both.
If you're... No. I would definitely say don't on the second one, but the first one... If you're really into CGI and stuff like that, it's a good watch just because you're like, whoa, shit, this was X year in mid-2000s, only $10 million. You're like, whoa, that looks fucking good.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah. They also directed AVP, which was AVP 2, which was...
Oh, God, AVP 2 is awful.
Awful. That's why they don't direct things. They just need to do the special effects.
Jackie, you got anything this week?
I watched The Blood Queen.
The Blood Queen.
Is there like... was anyone from the Vampire Diaries in this?
No.
So instantly disappointing.
Yes. So this movie takes place in the 1600s, I believe.
How does one become Queen of the Blood?
And it's about a royal person, a noble lady, who actually takes these orphan kids from her village and kills them and bathes in the blood so that she can stay forever young.
Okay. Fun stuff.
And, you know, how she got prosecuted. And it's based off a true story. And
she became immortal, and I am her.
Of Rod Stewart. Forever young.
And, they say that they estimate that they can prove that she killed at least 650 children.
Not possible. Didn't happen. That's fucking horse shit.
That's what they say.
Yeah, what the fucking bullshit asshole movie says. That's fucking stupid as all goddamn hell.
Whatever.
Okay.
Probably takes at least 2 kids to fill a bathtub.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ, Jackie.
Wow.
Why? I'm just saying if she could get up there if she needed to. I'm not saying that's not possible.
Yeah, okay. Maybe she's the Pied Piper. I don't know. So what's the verdict?
I'm going to give it a do.
Okay.
I found it very entertaining and it was a little dodgy here and there, but
dodgy.
Overall, I liked it.
Yeah, every once in a while the transitions are a bit squidgy.
It's like your grandma's videotaping it. Drop the video camcorder.
Sometimes in the middle of the movie, the film just stops because it's dodgy and broke.
I'm going to review everything.
I think you're using that word inappropriately.
Yeah, I'm going to use that. I'm going to review everything like a soccer commentator now. It's terrible. They know it. It's rubbish. The mother knows it. They disown them, but they're going to get back up. They're going to do it tomorrow, but they'll still be rubbish.
What was it streaming on?
It is on Netflix.
Okay, all right. I don't have anything other than the Oscars are tonight for us, yesterday for you. We'll probably have a little bit of Oscar talk next week. I do want to let everybody know that next week, the next episode, no matter what movie Jackie chooses, we will be announcing the SMABFA nominations. And then a week after that, we will be having the SMABFAs. So there you go. Get ready for that. Jackie, as I said, it's your pick next week. What are you bringing? Bringing the heat.
So next week we're going to be doing a A throwback from my childhood. Hopefully it's still as good as I remember.
Okay.
Short Circuit.
Oh, Johnny Five!
Johnny Five, stay alive.
I'm interested to see if it's actually good, because this was a phenomenon.
Oh, it's a phenomenon, but I've heard some things that I think, I don't think it is good anymore,
Well,
and I think we might be angry at it.
One of the things that is telling on a film that was that big is when it's not showing up in reruns.
Yeah,
There's a
exactly.
reason.
Yeah. And Gutenberg will be back, and anytime you got the Gutenberg. Okay, watch Short Circuit this week and enjoy the Oscars. Write to us, tell us what you think about the Oscars, the winners and losers, because I think this year in movie sucked, and I want to see if you guys did like anything from the Oscar nominations.
And I'm going to throw out my prediction, even know that this will come out afterwards.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to say that I really liked Bohemian Rhapsody. I think that should be the pick this year.
It's not going to win Best Picture. We should do one of those things like you, since we're not going to know, but tomorrow when this releases, everybody will know. I'll do one of those things where I make my prediction. Like, I think the Best Picture winner is going to be The Black Klansman.
Yeah.
Like cut it later.
Just cut it in.
That'd be fun. All right, guys, get to the chopper. Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.
I just wrecked everyone's afternoon. This is Theodore Rex, and I'm Sam. Stinker Madness. We're just doing it all over again.
That was rad.
Take two.